making this kind of videos because when I was a broke freshman in high school, I would really like to someone to teach me or know how to get the nicest and cheapest thing possible. Now, now I am a broke college student with debt, but I have the most important thing, knowledge. So, without further ado, let's get started. Hello and welcome to my new video. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can get a nice and cheap VTubing laptop. What is a VTubing laptop? A VTubing laptop is a computer that can run 3 programs at once. But here's the thing, 2 of these programs are really graphic intensive. So you will need a graphics card, and for that you will need a gaming laptop. But those are really expensive, right? So I am in this tutorial for the people who already have a laptop or need an affordable one. Well, the thing with laptops is that you can just add a GPU, because laptops doesn't have a PCI Express slot. But there are some adapters that can replace your Wi-Fi card using the mini PCIe or the M2 key connector for a PCI Express one. And with this one, you will be able to connect the graphics card. So, for a cheap VTubing laptop, you will need at least a quad-core CPU, 8 GB of RAM, a graphics card, an SSD, and a light operating system. So let's get started. This is the adapter. As you can see, there is the PCI Express slot, right? And to connect this adapter to the laptop, you will need a special cable. This cable is already included with the adapter. For my laptop, I go for this version, right? The mini PCI. But there are some laptops that the Wi-Fi card doesn't use the PCI, mini PCI, right? They use the M2 connector. So with that information, let's open the laptop. So the location of the Wi-Fi card is depends on the laptop. For example, I have this old one, this laptop. That's the PCI, mini PCI is right here, right? But in this laptop, it's an Asus one. It is behind the motherboard. So I recommend to you to check in the internet the version of the laptop you have, and to know if your laptop uses the M2K or the mini PCI, right? So let's start disassembling this laptop. The first thing you will need to do is to disconnect the battery, because you don't want to cause a short circuit, right? And as I have already said, in my laptop, well, the PCI connector is right here. It's behind all of this. So I have to remove all of this, the screws and anything, to be able to connect it, right? So I'm going to put this in fast forward. So we already have the laptop ready to connect it to the adapter, right? Now let's prepare the adapter. First, let me close this laptop. Let's make a little bit of a space right here. Oh, this is my Wi-Fi card right here. Well, it's a lot of light, but this is one, right? But here is the graphics card, the adapter, and also I forgot to mention, obviously you will need a power supply. So I'm going with this one. It's 500 watts, but it really depends on the GPU. You can also go for a cheap one, right? Because the PCU will be only powering the GPU. So to prepare this, you will need this to connect it in the PCI Express slot. This is the adapter. This goes right here. And this is where the power supply is going to connect, right? This is the connector. But this thing can get really messy because it needs a lot of space, right? So I was able to get a really tiny PC case. Where did I put it? It's right here. This case over here, where it looks really big in the video, right? But I'm going to put a photo right here to show you a normal PC case, an ATX one, with this one in comparison, right? But let's put this thing right here, and let's start assembling the adapter. So this is my build, right? There is a power supply, and let me grab things right here. This was the graphics card, right? I have it like this because I could screw it in here, right? And put it like this, right? But the thing is the connector is right here. So the laptop has to go over here, and if you put it like this, well, it's going to be a more permanent solution, right? And the idea with laptops is that you can commute to your work or your school, right? So let's put this right here. Uy, it's going to get everything knocked over, right? And let's grab the laptop. Let's put this right here. Yeah. And here is the laptop. This is the cable for the monitor I have right here. And I put it backwards. Oh, what? There is. Now I will just connect it right here. Now the laptop is ready. If you want, you can close your laptop if you want to still commute with it, right? Because with this method, you can unplug this over here, and well, you can live with your laptop, right, to go to school or your work. So let me do that. Now I'm here testing in Valorant. As you can see, I'm over 100 FPS, but I'm seeing it's a little bit too choppy, right? Why is that? It's because I don't have enough RAM, right, for the animated Vtuber model. So if you want to go for a fully Vtuber model, I really recommend you to upgrade the RAM. But yeah, that's all, and now let's go to the recap. So what do we learn? Well, it was a little bit too choppy, right? But why was that? That was because we were using an APU, that is an laptop with an AMD processor. But what is an APU? An APU is a type of processor that combines your CPU and your GPU, right? The graphics and the processing power of the CPU. But because this is an older model of laptop, well, it has their own limits, right? So with that in mind, I really recommend to you that if you're going to go with this method, you should do it with an Intel laptop. Why? Because Intel has his own CPU, and the graphics they are separated from the CPU. It has the graphics chips in their motherboard, right? But if you already have an AMD one, I recommend to you to upgrade the RAM because the APUs really benefits from the RAM. So, with that in mind, the list is going to be a quad-core CPU, more threads the better, right? RAM in dual channel, and the GPU with the power supply and the adapter, right? But what kind of GPU you should get, right? I recommend to you, I have already seen in another video for these older models, the GTX ones, that's from NVIDIA, or the RX ones for AMD. But in this older generation, the AMD ones were a little bit underwhelming, right? So go for GTX, the NVIDIA ones. You can get those really cheap in AliExpress, the GPUs, and they are really affordable over there. Oh, and also the SSD, and with the light operating system, right? I was using a Tiny 10 in that video. So, some quick tips if you're going to buy a cheap laptop, right? Well, you should really do it, right? It's better you to buy a used one. Why? Because it's better to have an older and powerful laptop, right? Than a cheap one. The brand I recommend with these laptops, the brands are the Dell, and specifically the Dell Latitude, because there are a lot of refraction for those ones, and also Asus. But I really want to warn you about the HP ones. Never buy a used HP laptop. Why is that? Because HP in that generation, or even in this one too, they are not really making really great heat dissipators for their CPUs, right? So, well, you can go for the HP with an Intel one, right? But never go for an APU, an AMD one with HP. And that's all. Remember, if you're going to need maybe a little bit more guidance, some more tips or something like that, you can always go to my Discord and I can help you over there. That's everything. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.